Do you see this stick that's right now moving in this drop of water? It's struggling, trying to get out of the water, and it's on its back, so it's very uncomfortable. If you were in a water on your back and couldn't get out of it, or in some kind of a mash, you wouldn't like it. So of course I have to take it out, and when I take it out, it becomes you know, a tick that is potentially running around to bite my dogs. Actually, I have found this tick. See how fast it goes? I found this tick on my dog, and of course I find many of them on my dogs. So what should I do with these ticks? I mean, I do not like them to bite my dogs, but if you were a tick, by the way, this is very light, I'm not killing it. If you were a tick, you wouldn't like to be, you know, grabbed and squeezed or killed or anything like that, and you wouldn't even know that you are doing anything bad. You are very small, and the big mountain of food is running around, and you just jump on the mountain of food and you suck out some blood. Why would anybody be upset about it, right? But of course it carries Lyme disease, and actually it's also very itchy, painful. I got some bites from the ticks on my legs, and they became very unpleasantly looking. Look at this. These two red spots on my leg, they are caused by ticks. So ticks cause Lyme disease and itchiness for a long time, many days. So there is a conflict. There is a conflict between the well-being of one type of creatures and another type of creatures. The prey and the predator are in a constant conflict. What can we do? Well, obviously, we don't have to be the predators, really. We don't have to kill big animals. We don't have to eat meat to survive. So we can abstain from killing at least big animals. And the small animals, insects, parasites that are attacking us, you know, as long as it is possible to survive without killing them, I think that's a better option. I think it is better because from the perspective of the tick, you know, if you were a tick, you wouldn't want to die and you wouldn't want to suffer. So from the perspective of the tick, of any insect, it is better that this insect stays alive. And from my perspective, you know, I'm a part of the universe. If I believe in the oneness, of the world, in that I'm interconnected with all the beings, so I don't want to harm myself in other beings. And I also, egoistically, in some sense, don't want to cause a bad karma, because I believe that when we do something harmful to others, we create a bad karma for ourselves, and diseases and all kinds of suffering, mental anguish, etc. Follow. So I don't want to, egoistically speaking, create a bad karma. In some sense, egoism is a good thing. In that sense, egoism is a good thing. You know, egoism will eventually lead us to altruism, and at some point it becomes the same thing. When you are selfish and you think about the well-being of yourself and suddenly realize that the world is actually full of you, it's only you, all of the beings are you, then altruism becomes, you know, the same thing as being selfish. I mean, you are worried about the big you, the great you, the you of the universe. So not the you in this one particular body. So then it's the kind of egoism with a capital E. Anyways, ticks, you know, another option to deal with them is just to put them in a jar and provide them with adequate space away from you. So keep them in a jar for a while and then take them away. So I take these ticks to a place where they can survive far from me, and where they don't come back to my dogs. And of course they will go to some other places, some other creatures, and I can't, you know, help those other creatures. But But if I kill the ticks, then I might as well start killing every carnivore because they harm others. And you know, you can go around and kill the whole world because spiders eat flies, and birds eat flies, and birds eat spiders, and so on and so on. So the best thing to do is wash your hands off of it, and just you yourself are concerned with not killing. That's important. Humans that are creatures on a high evolutionary level should abstain from violence and become angels. And here is another tick, this time on another dog. So here is a jar. I'm gonna put these ticks in a jar. Okay, where's the water? Yeah, the first tick. Then, okay, more water. Okay, we'll pick it up like this. And the second tick. Okay, they're in the jar. I don't know how much you could see it because I was really concerned with the ticks and not with the camera so much. But anyways, they are now in the jar, both ticks. And my dogs. You have any more ticks? Are there any more ticks? No. So these ticks I usually put a little tiny droplet of water inside there as well, so that they can actually drink it in case they want it. They have oxygen. I open this jar periodically. If it's at night that I catch ticks, then I open the jar right before going to sleep, and I open the jar again in the morning as soon as I wake up, and then I take the ticks out. And the reason why I open is so that I can ventilate this jar in case, you know, I don't know how long they would last there, but I don't want to suffocate them either. And with the drop of water, they can then last at least a night and a part of the day, half a day, until I'm ready to go and drop them off somewhere. One has to check periodically for ticks because dogs really easily catch them, especially here in the armpit areas. They get them a lot, and here, but this dog doesn't have any ticks, so that's good. That's good, Momo-chan, that's good. Okay. Another tick just walking on this dog, on Hachi. They, of course, find their ways to get hooked up on the dogs. Inu is pretty much tick free. Good girl, Inu. If I do find a tick that is attached to them, I will be able to show you how to remove a tick without killing it. Why it is important to remove a tick without killing it is not only because of the tick, but also because of the dog. If you kill a tick by removing it and ripping its head off, it festers in the body of the dog, so that's also bad for the dog. Well, I checked all my dogs and I haven't found any attached ticks. I have right now 5 ticks in this jar that were not attached and just crawling on my dogs. So if you find an attached tick, what you do is you rub it, separate it from the fur, and turn it around a little bit, then grab again in this way and turn more. If you do like this 2 or 3 times, the tick will drop the body because the tick feels very uncomfortable being turned around and drops the body, as opposed to if you just pull like this, you will rip the head off. It will not drop. But if you keep turning in the same direction, the tick will drop, and then it's still alive and it hasn't lost its head in the body of my dog or your dog. Alright. And now for a series of famous sayings connected with dogs. I believe in dog. In dog we trust. Dog bless you. Dog be with you. In the name of dog. Dog giveth. Dog taketh away. My dog is my shepherd. And finally, oh my dog!